So let me take a moment now and I'll present our speaker. We have with us today Mary Martinez. She is with Florida Healthcare Plan. She's been with the company for 4 years, and she is our community wellness liaison. She got her bachelor's degree from the University of North Florida in community health. And she loves oats, and I think you're going to enjoy her presentation. Okay, with that, I'll turn over the presentation to you, Mary.
Thank you, Carla. So we've all heard the phrase that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but most of us struggle with preparing a healthy breakfast, especially those who have hectic morning routines. We tend to make quick decisions that are based on convenience, and it's usually not the healthy choices. Your first meal of the day is important because it provides the body and brain with fuel after an overnight fast, which is where its name originates because it's breaking the fast. So eating a balanced breakfast will help improve your cognitive function, increase your physical endurance, help you maintain a healthy weight, and it helps keeping you feel full and satisfied until your next meal. So in other words, a balanced breakfast can give you the energy and the boost you need to take on the world, whereas an unhealthy breakfast will most likely make you feel sluggish, and it sets a negative tone that will carry throughout the day, which usually leads to more unhealthy food choices. So let's discuss some ideas for balanced, healthy breakfast options that are not only tasty, but they're also easy and affordable to make. So if you think of your body as an engine, what sort of products are you putting into it while expecting it to run well? So some of you guys have some good, healthy habits, but I think many of us could have a healthier breakfast choice if we put a little more effort into it. So breakfast should consist of a variety of food groups, colors, and fun textures. Some ideas could include incorporating low-fat or fat-free milk and also non-dairy products. You could try Greek yogurt, almond milk. You could have some whole grains with maybe whole wheat toast. You could try to add some lean meats or even some meat alternatives such as low-fat turkey or turkey sausage. You can try to add fruit and vegetables. So on top of that whole grain toast, maybe you could put some slices of avocado or tomato, or cut up some fresh berries and fruit. But whatever it is that you choose to eat, just be sure that fits into your routine, because you're more likely to continue those healthy habits if it's convenient and it's something that you would like to continue to do. So for example, if you have a hectic morning and not much time, you may want to try breakfast ideas that can be prepared the night before. So when you find a routine that fits that schedule, you're more likely to stick with it. And ideally, we want to replace any unhealthy habits with healthier ones that are just as convenient, so they kind of become your new healthier habits. So I want to mention a great resource you can go to, myplate.gov. They offer personalized meal ideas and suggestions based on answers that you can do with a quiz that is on that website. And they also offer resources about food nutrition, as well as a lot of great seasonal recipe ideas. So your first meal of the day, it needs to help shape the other choices for the rest of the day. So you want to make it nutritional, colorful, and tasty. So here are just a few bright, fun examples. We have a make-ahead egg bakes. You could put meat, cheese, and vegetables in it. You could toast something on top of the bread, like I said before, maybe peanut butter, fresh fruit, an egg, sliced avocado. You could even garnish that with chia seeds, flax seeds, cinnamon, or fresh herbs. Or you can do make-ahead protein pancakes and garnish them with fresh fruit. And just remember that pancakes are always a crowd pleaser, even with the little ones. You can use the fresh berries to make a face on the pancake, which helps encourage kids to eat them and have fun with it. So now let's switch gears and focus on a super easy, healthy breakfast idea that you can prep the night before. So I introduce to you, drum roll please, overnight oats. They have the same nutritional value as traditional warmed oatmeal, but instead of cooking them with heat, we're going to let them soak overnight in the liquid of your choice. And by the morning, the oats will be soft and creamy. There's no need to cook it. Just enjoy it. So if your mornings are busy, this breakfast meal may be perfect for you. So imagine prepping your breakfast twice a week for the whole week, as opposed to every single day, 7 days a week. This breakfast helps you do that. It's going to save time as well as money, because you'll stay accountable for eating it once you've prepared it in advance. And that can really help make a positive impact on your wallet. So for example, before I started eating overnight oats, I personally would go through the drive-thru with a Dunkin' Donut, and I would grab a breakfast sandwich and a coffee. It was about $7 a day. So if you factor that into a whole week, you're looking at a little bit over $25. And then when you do it for the whole year, it comes to over $1,800 by simply spending roughly $7 a day on breakfast. And we usually don't think of it like that, but I can assure you that the small luxuries, such as grabbing your breakfast on the go as you head to work, it does add up into large numbers, and that can really break a budget and your nutritional goals very quickly. So not only does oats save you time and money, but they also have lots of health benefits. They can help lower your cholesterol. They provide you with energy and a good amount of iron, magnesium, and other vitamins and minerals. They also help your blood sugar to stay balanced, and it aids in digestion, which helps keep you feeling full longer. So at Publix, they do sell the Publix brand old-fashioned oats, the large container, 2 for $5, and they're typically on sale every other week at this price. And the serving size on them is 30 servings, so one canister that costs you less than $3 will last you an entire month. So compare that to what your weekly or daily trip to a place like Dunkin' Donuts would cost you. So now let's go over some of the fun stuff. The fun thing about the overnight oats is that it can be made with countless different ingredients and spices. So it helps you encourage everyone in your family to have a nice variety of nutrition and textures, so you won't feel like you're bored and that you're eating the same thing every day. But before we get into the more extensive recipes, let's go over the basic one, which is really easy to do, and it's the perfect way to start out, and then you can build from there when you get more comfortable making it. So you'll want to use a wide mouth mason jar for easy access, or you can use any sort of jar or container that you have lying around, as long as it has a lid and it can be sealed during the night. So be sure to use old-fashioned oats, because that will give you the best texture after soaking overnight. So don't get the instant, do not get the steel cut. You want to get the old-fashioned, and those will give you the best texture. And if you decide you don't like cold oats, you can simply heat them up in the morning just by warming them up. You don't have to cook them. So you're simply probably 20 seconds to make them warm if you prefer the taste of that over the cold. But the basic recipe calls for half a cup of oats. Now, depending on your nutritional wants or needs, you may do a little less or you could do more, but the traditional serving size is half a cup of oats. And then the most important thing is that you cover the oats with your liquid of choice. I really don't measure it. I just simply pour until the oats are covered. If you don't go all the way to the top of the oats, they will not be able to absorb the liquid overnight and it will not taste right. So that's the most important thing, that you just cover the oats with the liquid so that nothing is being seen. The oats are all underneath the liquid. And then from there, you can add your fruit and your toppings, your spices and seasonings. It's all optional. You can kind of do it as you wish. And then lastly, you're just going to close up the lid and store it overnight. And they do last for 4 to 5 days. But I suggest doing them twice a week if you're going to enjoy them every day. So for me, I personally prep mine on Sunday night and then middle of the week around Wednesday. So I have to do that twice a day as opposed to worrying about breakfast every day. So it saves me a lot of time. So if you're a visual eater, then these overnight oats are perfect for you, because each creation can look like a piece of art. They're full of color and texture. So to create your own, you want to choose your own liquid. I recommend almond milk, soy, cashew milk. You can even use low-fat milk or water. Although it won't be as creamy, it certainly does get the job done. And then for the toppings, that's where it really gets fun. You can do nuts such as almonds and walnuts. You can use berries. They can be canned, they could be fresh or even frozen. So it really depends on what your budget is and what you have lying around the house. But any kind of berries, bananas, sliced apples, cranberries, even peaches, they all taste delicious. You can do peanut butter or even PB2 to save some calories, or even almond butter and drizzle that on top. You can use Greek yogurt, either the plain, which is going to give you that extra protein, or you can use a flavored yogurt if you want to incorporate that into the taste. You can use flax seeds, chia seeds, even pumpkin seeds for garnishing on top. Raisins, coconut flakes, vanilla extract, and then spices are wonderful. They're very affordable, and they really help give that oat flavor that you're looking for. You can use cinnamon, even nutmeg are very popular at this time of the year. And just keep in mind that depending on what toppings you're going to use, you can either put them in your jar the night before, or you can add them the morning of. So for example, all the spices and the fruits, such as the berries, they can go into your oats the night before. But I do suggest that the softer fruit, like the banana slices, that you go ahead and add those the morning of. It really just comes down to personal preference. So if you're looking for an extra crunch, maybe adding crushed up walnuts, for example, would be best when you put it on top of your oats right before you eat them. So just experiment, find out what works best for you and your taste preferences. You may be surprised that you end up liking something that you normally wouldn't. For example, I personally don't like strawberries, but one of my favorite overnight oat recipe is one that has strawberries cut into them, because with the creamy oats, it tastes completely different than just by itself. So hopefully you'll try new things and see what you end up liking, and you'll have a better variety of the fruit that you're getting into your body. So as you can see, there's endless ways to create your oats and just give it new flavors and textures, so each day's breakfast can taste completely different. I personally like to use seasonal fruit in mine. So throughout the year, I'm eating a variety of fruits. And plus, the seasonal fruits tend to be on sale at the local markets. So again, you're able to save a little bit while also having a healthy breakfast. And I also recommend celebrating the season's holidays by trying new recipes based on what time of the year it is. So for example, right now, you can enjoy spiced apples, which is what we're going to do in our demo. I personally put a scoop of vanilla protein into it with sliced apples, cinnamon, and then creamy cashew milk. And when it gets closer to November, maybe you could try recipes that include walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and nutmeg into your creations. But just remember, there's no right or wrong way to make them. So I just encourage you to start simple with the basic recipe and then slowly add on and experiment to find out what you like. So to help inspire you, I do recommend going to these websites for recipes, or you can just simply make your own and just have fun doing it. Like I mentioned earlier, there's no right or wrong way, just have fun with it. And you can also get your kids involved too. It's sort of like a craft project that they can eat at the end, which is always fun. So depending on their age, you can have them help wash the produce. They could cut the fruit into the small pieces. You could have them measure out the liquid, pour the layers into the jar, or help them practice counting by just asking them to put a certain amount of blueberries on top. So whatever you do, just make it fun, and you're encouraging them to eat healthy. So it's kind of a win-win, right? So here are 3 simple ideas. You have chocolate overnight oats with raspberries and mini dark chocolate chip morsels on top for garnish. To get the chocolate taste in the oats, you can just add a tablespoon of sugar-free chocolate pudding mix. The second photo is just a simple strawberry recipe that you're going to use fresh diced strawberries. You can add some chia seeds, maybe a scoop of vanilla protein in it. And the third one would be the bananas with some chopped walnuts on top. You could even drizzle some peanut butter or PB2 right over it. So with overnight oats being a heart-healthy, affordable breakfast option, I hope this has inspired you to think about what you would like to make at home and go to the grocery store and start tomorrow morning to see how it goes. And to show you how quick and easy it is to make these, I'm going to do a quick live demo on how to prepare your oats the night before. Hi, everyone. So let's do a quick review. You're supposed to put your products, your oats, in a mason jar. Just make sure they have a top to it. But if you don't have one of these, and you can use any size, any shape, of course, the wide mouth ones are the best because it's easier to kind of scoop around the sides. It's that delicious. You will end up doing that. But if you don't have any mason jars, you could just use any kind of Tupperware that has a lid, or look at this. I got this at Publix. It was from the fruit cut up, and just use this. So any kind of container works just fine. So today, because as you see, it is fall in my heart, even though it's 100 degrees out, that's not going to stop me from enjoying my spiced apple overnight oats. So I'm going to take a container, measuring cup. You don't have to measure, but you can. I pretty much eyeball it at this point. You're going to grab your half a cup of oats, put them right in, and then watch how quick and easy this is, right? Then you are going to take, I like to do all this, but like I said, you just can make it basic. Let's just start it that way. You're going to get your liquid after you put your oats. I have here unsweetened oat milk. It's very creamy, delicious. It's going to help it give it that smooth texture. I also recommend creamy cashew. That's also another good one you can find at most grocery stores. And you're just going to eyeball it. You're going to, a little more. Okay. You're going to get your spoon and just give it a quick little stir. And there, it's kind of what it looks like, right? Just a little bit of a mess, but I promise you it does magical things during the night. So from there, we're going to put adding some chai seeds. This just gives you that extra fiber. So why not, right? It doesn't really have a flavor to it, but I do like to add that. So give it a little stir. You could even put some yogurt. I have here just some Greek vanilla flavored yogurt. You don't have to use vanilla. You could also use plain if you don't want any flavoring. Okay, again, I'm just going to stir that all up and trust the process, okay? And then whatever fruit you want. For me, I'm going to do like a spiced apple. So I just have a Granny Smith apple. I've already washed it. And you can peel it so you don't have the skin. Or you can keep the skin on, which I prefer because it gives you a little more fiber. You get the color of the green. And then just throw it on top. You can stir it in if you want, or you can keep it on top to kind of give it that layered look. Either way is fine. And then I'm going to top it off with some cinnamon. I like cinnamon. We're going to do a lot. Okay. Then I would just put the top on, and that is it. It doesn't look like, it looks wonderful. No, not yet. But if you put it overnight in the fridge, I promise when you wake up, it's going to look like this. So we're going to transform into tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. Here we are. And this is the texture it's going to be. I personally like to put a little extra liquid in it. I don't like it so thick, but it's still like this super creamy texture. And from there, I could put new products in it. I can put more toppings. It's really whatever you want. But the standard mason jars, they fit right into your cup holders in your car, which is also great, especially if you're in a hurry to go to school. Or you could just throw it in a lunch bag and eat it when you get to work or wherever you're going. So that is really a demo. And there's wheat germ. Sometimes I like to put that in. You could put honey, vanilla extract. You got your nutmeg, allspice. These are all different ideas you can do. But it only took me a minute or two to make it. And I even did it slow to show you guys. So that's kind of what it looks like. And if you would like to have a copy of the list of the toppings and the different type of ingredients that you could put in it, you can ask us through the request. You just send it to wellness@fhcp. which also is in the chat box. And if you send us an email, we will be happy to send that to you. We also created a list of popular recipes. So next time you go to the store, you'll know exactly what to buy. And we hope that everyone enjoyed this and that you're inspired to make your own. So at this point, be sure to send us that email if you would like to have a copy of the recipes as well as the toppings list. And we would love to get that to you. And we really appreciate you attending today's webinar. We hope that you attend again in the October webinars. And thanks again for watching. Now go home and make some overnight oats. Bye-bye.